Hello all YouTubers, I am the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning back in for my presentation for today, December 14, 2018. Today's video is going to be a presentation on how we could have a very stormy pattern shaping up for the West Coast and East Coast, not necessarily the middle of the country, but East and West Coast could get very stormy. I'm going to talk about how we can have a very wet pattern, but not necessarily a snowy pattern through December. So let's get started on our presentation for today, December 14, 2018. So we have our storm on the East Coast. You might be asking, well, could this be named Winter Storm Eboni? That is our next name winter storm. I think it's like Eboni, something like that. And I would probably say no, because this storm has so much rain. And you can look at the 540. That's that rain snow line in that little zone. Maybe we could see a transfer to ice at times. In that little blue, within that blue circle, that's the 540 line, the rain snow line. But even then, I wouldn't even be so sure. It might turn to some snow and ice. I'm thinking when it reaches like northeastern Pennsylvania. I think this will be south of the Adirondack Mountains in New York, like central New York, Albany, Syracuse. Then it pushed into New England. I think New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine, especially New Hampshire and Maine, have the best chances of seeing about 2 to 4, maybe even 3 to 6 inches of snow. But behind this storm, lake effect is going to be enhanced. Well, you might be asking why, but look at this. 3 days from now, we have a high pressure system. Okay, this is so impressive. We can have like a lot of wind. So we have this high pressure here, and you know the winds go clockwise. So they turn the winds this way, pushing the cold air over the relatively warm lakes. And now we have the low pressure system over here that's pushing winds out of the north like this. So once you combine those two together, you're going to have a lot of wind and potentially a lot of lake effect snow for these areas. But we're going to have to watch this as we head over the next couple of days. But as far as rain goes though, total precipitation, it can get pretty hefty. I mean, in a few spots on the Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, maybe even the Northeast, but especially Mid-Atlantic and the Ohio Valley could even pick up around 2 inches of rain. But the area that's going to be hit the hardest is around Tallahassee, Florida, maybe just out there between Jacksonville and Tallahassee, where they can pick up, yes, you heard me right, over 6-7 inches of rain. So let's take a look at the precipitation or the rain over 72 hours. That's 3 days from now. And even if we turn it back to 2 days from now, 48 hours, right here, we still have a lot of rain for Florida. So this is very impressive. North Atlantic oscillations are in the negative phase. They might get back to positive, then go back to negative. So as long as those oscillations stay negative, we're going to have a cold and snowy winter potentially. Arctic oscillations, though, are still on positive. I'm going to do a live drawing on paint in case you forgot how a nor'easter forms. And a coastal storm, I'm going to be doing a live drawing on paint, Microsoft Paint. So again, Arctic oscillations are positive, which is bad for the East Coast for snow. So it means less snow. But North Atlantic oscillations are negative. So that is good news. 6 to 10 day temperature outlooks warm for all of the country except Florida, normal temperatures. And precipitation for the most part is below average. 8 to 14 day outlooks. Again, the temperatures are warm now. Usually the climate prediction center isn't so certain with these. Few spots normal. Alaska could be a little bit cooler. I might disagree with that. Because of the high pressure sitting off the Gulf of Alaska. We'll have to wait and see. And the precipitation slightly above average in the middle of the country. And Alaska precipitation is slightly above average. I'm trying to keep these videos short because I know they've been really long past few videos. So I'm trying to keep them short. Tomorrow, hopefully I will be making a video tomorrow. If not, if you go on Climate Prediction Center, they should be releasing their January temperature and precipitation outlooks. Try to look in the afternoon though, because usually in the morning they're not there. So look in like the afternoon hours, like mid-late afternoon, that's when they should be released. So January outlooks hopefully to be released tomorrow by the Climate Prediction Center. So current snow cover, Southern Virginia, 6 to 12 inches of snow cover, northern North Carolina, West Virginia. Then basically the northern third of the country has at least an inch of snow on the ground. Now, of course, the mountains have at least a foot on the ground right now. Additional rain. A 48-hour rain and snow forecast by IBM Business and the Weather Company. Coastal Carolinas and Apalachicola, Florida, could see 3 to 6 inches of rain, but a lot of the southeast, Ohio Valley, and Mid-Atlantic will see 1 to 2 inches, maybe even 3 inches of rain. in the next 2 days. And the Rockies could see some snow at higher elevations towards the coast, maybe about an inch or two of rain. And then Saturday morning, so here's that cold front getting ready to push through. Not quite through yet. So it's going to be a mild Saturday. Or excuse me, here we go. Friday midday. This is kind of out of order, excuse me. So Friday midday, here's our low off to the south. Here we go Saturday morning. And by Saturday evening, that low is getting ready to push into the mid-Atlantic area. Here's our jet stream patterns. So you want to look at these nice bending, these arcs, to look for those low pressure systems. And here's one right here on pivotal weather. You can see near Texas. There's the low pressure system. Clear as night and day here. So you can see that nice big dip in the jet stream and that resulting in that low pressure system. Maybe a weak one somewhere around here. Maybe even here as well. But these would be relatively weak if they're even there. So if we go over to twisterdata.com and we look at the vortices, and you see these deeper colors of pink right here near Mississippi. And watch, they might start to fade away, then they start to explode again. That's that heavier precipitation, the strengthening of the system, and the storm could be getting very stronger. So I did say I was going to do a live drawing on Paint, Microsoft Paint, about how nor'easter forms, in case you forgot, and I can go ahead and do that. As always, please consider clicking the subscribe button right here. And here's some other weather channels on the right if you're interested in the weather a lot. So in case you forget, a nor'easter forms when you have a polar jet stream collide with a subtropical jet stream, and that's how you're going to get those nor'easters. So if I draw it out, we have our blue color. So it's just an example. This won't be how it forms all the time. So we maybe have a jet stream going something like that. This is our polar jet stream, brings in that cold, dry air. The subtropical jet stream brings in the moisture. The temperatures can vary with a subtropical jet stream. Usually it's mild air it brings in, but it's definitely muggy, that's for sure. And then we can see the subtropical jet stream goes like this. And near and where they collide, that's where that low pressure is, that coastal storm. And this is how the Texas one formed, in fact. Usually a lot of coastal storms form like this. That low pressure, it's not this big, but the low pressure just formed for visual representations. It forms and then it tracks up the coast, resulting in a lot of snow. Precipitation can vary though. It doesn't have to be snow. It can be rain. It can even be ice. The precipitation can vary. And it's usually, once the storm gets to right around here sometimes, a lot of wind, northwesterly wind, can enhance lake effect snow. So that's why the lake effect season could be very big for places like Erie, Pennsylvania, and Buffalo, New York. So that is all for today's presentation. I hope you learned a lot from today's presentation about clear your mind up about a nor'easter and about this week's and beyond stormy pattern. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel and this video. Again, I dedicate this presentation to all the police officers and military crew out there. Thank you for fighting for us. Thank you for watching my video. I am the Weather Dude, signing off. Till next time.